So today, lads, we're going to be talking about this. So I actually had planned on recording this video last night. I just fell asleep. I'm going to be honest, I just fell asleep. I tweeted out last night. What time? Oh no, sorry, it was yesterday morning I tweeted out. It was on my video list for last night and I just went to sleep. So sue me. We're going to talk about this right here. And we're going to talk even more about it. They tampered. How is this allowed? Let's take a listen to Nate Tibbetts.
Seasons we've tried to get DB to come back to Phoenix, and so we've been able to build a relationship a little bit. Unfortunately, she didn't pick us twice. Third time is a charm.
Unfortunately, she didn't pick us twice. Third time is a charm. Yeah. Obviously, when there was a way, of recruiting her while she was on another team. They admitted to recruiting her while she was on the Fever. It was like, she picked us while she played for another team.
I think AT helped in that a little bit.
I think AT helped a lot. And that's one of the weird things is when players are in relationships, you can't really police conversations between partners. And if nothing else, even if it wasn't pushed, it was if it was being pushed, AT would have at least convinced her to join.
I just wanting her to end her run, however, it's going to end, right? I mean, what a story for her to come back after playing here for 10 years. And you never know for sure how it's going to work, right? But we knew that we needed to add another veteran to our group for these situations. Obviously, you talked about it. We've had our rookies step up. But
we knew we needed to add another veteran, so we got our best player to convince her, I don't know if they're married yet, partner, to quit on her team so we could bring her in as a vet. That is what happened. You're hearing it from Nate Tibbetts talking about, we needed another vet. We needed a player like this. And we're glad, third time's charm she picked us. No, she quit the Fever and only was going to Phoenix. She made the decision she was going to Phoenix while she was still under contract by the Indiana Fever. Why we knew that? Because teams were told to not claim her off waivers. Why we knew that? Because she blocked every single trade. Every trade that was offered to Dewanna Bonner by the Indiana Fever, as was reported, Dewanna Bonner blocked. Her agent blocked it. Any teams that were trying to claim her off waivers and were going to decide to bring in Dewanna Bonner, which I would be very confident the Golden State Valkyries were trying to bring her in. I'd be very confident the Valkyries were trying to bring in Dewanna Bonner. Because they had infinite salary cap. And also, the Mystics were looking pretty good. I wouldn't have been surprised the Mystics were trying to bring her in too. But they were blocked. They were told, nope, don't claim her. She's only going to Phoenix. She's only going to Phoenix. Don't try to claim her off waivers. She's only going to Phoenix. So he's admitting to tampering. Not admitting to tampering, but what he's saying, when you actually know the backstory and you take into account what he's saying, he's essentially said, we decided during the season, early in the season, we wanted another veteran, but we didn't want to trade for another veteran. So, he said Alyssa Thomas helped. So we got our best player to convince her partner to quit on her team or to find a way to get here and become that vet, to join us as the vet. And the only way she could join us as the vet is by refusing all trades, quitting on or making the Fever waive her, and then making sure no teams claim her off waivers. This was all, I'm not going to be as morbid as to say this was planned when she signed. But the more Nate Tibbetts talks, the more it sounds like this was planned from the get-go. That there was never a plan to finish the season in Indiana. It was take India as much money as you can from Indiana and then get to Phoenix. Because every single person, lads, in January, so I think it was the Sunday, Like, I'm just making a guess here. I think it was the Sunday that Dewanna Bonner signed for Indiana. It was whatever day Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement was. So let's just say, I think the Friday was the 31st of January, if I'm not mistaken, when Natasha Howard signed and Sophie Cunningham got traded for Nalissa Smith. I think that was 31st of January. And then I think the 1st of February, I don't think the Fever made any moves on the 1st of February. I could be wrong. Maybe they got DB on the 1st of February, but I don't think they did. I don't think they got DB on the 1st of February. I think DB was I think they got DB the same day as they got rid of Grace Berger. I think they got rid of Grace Berger today, but I think that was Caitlin Clark retirement day. But every single, I literally made kind of preview videos, and because Alyssa Thomas was gone during the season, we all made the assumption that when Alyssa Thomas went to Phoenix, Dewanna Bonner was going to go to Phoenix. We all made the assumption Dewanna Bonner was signing for Phoenix. During last season, everyone thought Dewanna Bonner was signing for Phoenix, and people thought Phoenix were going to have to try to find a way to get Alyssa Thomas. And I think they got Alyssa Thomas before they got Satu. So everyone thought, okay, they've given up their assets to get Alyssa Thomas. How they managed to get both, I don't know. If it doesn't win them a chip, that'll be funny. But I don't think players are going to leave Phoenix because of all their facilities. And in fairness to Nate Tibbetts, he's a really good coach. But every single person thought that she was going to Phoenix. They had the money to get her, but it meant they couldn't get Sammy Wickham if they paid that money. So I still think that if she really wanted to go, she thought maybe going to Indiana, where I think her kids live beside Indiana. So she wanted to spend time with her kids, but she just wanted to get away. And by the way, she stunk it up. She's not been good for Phoenix either. Funny part is, believes they're flexing multiple issues that border ethics, coincidences, and playing usurping of salary cap guidelines, but yes, by all means, glorifying a washed out quitter. Admitting collusion by the Phoenix Mercury to get the quitter. Sounds like Phoenix needs to be investigated for unauthorized agreements / tampering. By the way, they absolutely have admitted, because if you just add things together, they have admitted to, while Dewanna Bonner was under contract with Indiana, to recruiting her. They have not admitted to, salary cap circumvention with it previously being organized in January, that she was going to take the money and then eventually get to Phoenix, even though at this stage you can't rule that out. That has absolutely not been proven. But what has been proven by what Nate Tibbetts has said, or at least if you take his words as truth, that and based on what was coming out around the time of Dewanna Bonner quitting, at least in the week period between when Dewanna Bonner came out and said she was never playing for the Fever again and she got waived, because when she got waived, it was, she's only going to the Mercury. At least in that 1 week period, she was talking to the Mercury and decided she was going to the Mercury. At least for that 1 week period. And that is giving them the most benefit of the doubt, is that they had organized this while she was under contract from the Fever. Was this organized while she was a active player and in the roster for the Fever? I don't know. Was this organized and was the reason she quit? Was this the reason she quit? I don't know. Either way, clearly some form of tampering is going on. Clearly.